Welcome to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. Today, full spoilers, potentially. We're looking at Terminator Dark Fate and whether, accidentally, Paramount may have leaked the ending. So, this is over on the TerminatorFans.com. Good website, good aggregator for Terminator-related news. Go check them out. And I saw this article a few days ago, and I thought, this is interesting. This goes hand in hand with the Danny Ramos featurette, which kind of disappeared. Because I did a review of all of the character breakdown videos that was released on Fandango. And the Danny Ramos one had gone. And I was like, that's weird. Why has that disappeared? And this goes hand in hand with that. As to why it was removed, interestingly enough. So like I say, full spoilers for this. Potentially. We don't know. But full spoilers potentially for the movie Terminator Dark Fate, and specifically the ending, because it looks like, all kind of evidence is there anyway, it does look like Paramount have inadvertently, well, revealed the ending of the film, or part of the ending anyway. So, let's get into it. You've been warned. Like I say, this is over on the Terminator Fans on the 5th of this month, October. So what, 5 days ago now? It says, potential spoiler warning. Yesterday, Paramount Pictures released a bunch of character featurettes, giving Terminator fans a little taster for the characters of Sarah Connor, Carl, the T-800, Danny Ramos, Grace, and Rev 9. So, watched all of those. They look great. But the Danny Ramos one, I didn't watch. Couldn't find it. It was disappeared. We were later tweeted by Terminator fan Michael P. Shipley to let us know that the Danny Ramos featurette had been removed from both Paramount Pictures' YouTube and also another source, Fandango, and obviously their own YouTube as well. So it goes on. It says, if something is taken down, it usually means something, so we decided to take a closer look, and the findings were interesting. So a little theorizing, speculation later, and some past Terminator connections to Terminator 2 and Terminator the Sarah Connor Chronicles, mixed with some reshoot news we ran a while ago, could amount to an ending for the film which pays somewhat of a homage to Terminator the Sarah Connor Chronicles, or a potential nightmare scene in Terminator 2, which could end the movie with Danny Ramos bearing the same torment as Sarah Connor was left with after the events of T2 Judgment Day. Now, we know this film is cherry-picking elements from basically every single Terminator movie that we have seen before. Literally every single Terminator movie and everything related to Terminator. There are elements of even Terminator Salvation in here. Grace, a hybrid of technology and human, a la Marcus Wright, the TH, the Terminator hybrid. We've got elements of Terminator Genesis in there, the very carbon-looking Rev 9, the old T-800 Carl, switching programming a little bit. We've got elements of basically every goddamn movie in this film. So the fact that they could essentially just copy and paste a scene from T2 Judgment Day or Terminator Sarah Connor Chronicles is not that much of a surprise. It's very believable. So it continues. In the following images, which is stills from the featurette, Danny Ramos, Natalia Reyes, watches a young girl who the actor is Stephanie Gill, who has been listed on IMDb for a long time as playing young Grace. Grace, of course, being a lead character in the Terminator Dark Fate, as played by Mackenzie Davis. And again, let's not just take my word for it. Here it is. Here's IMDb. We can see very, very clearly, as we scroll down, we can see young Grace here, Stephanie Gill. Now, with respect to IMDb, anyone can go and edit this, okay? So, yes, this could be the case, but it could also not be the case, because people can just freely, there are access to editing IMDb. However, taking everything into account, the fact that we know they are cherry-picking elements from every single Terminator product out there, this is believable. So here we go. Here are the actual shots. And again, it's essentially shot for shot. Like T2 Judgment Day, is it not? Nightmare scene. It really is. So here is an old behind-the-scenes set photo of Stephanie Gill with Linda Hamilton, just to give some visual confirmation. So young Grace is here. It's this girl here. And yes, she's got black hair, right? We know that. Which does throw out an interesting question. Because I'm fairly certain Grace, Mackenzie Davis's Grace, does have blondie-looking hair. So it's like, well, do they have hair dye in the future? Like, what's going on? But anyway, here you go. Here is Stephanie Gill, young Grace. So this is a really interesting article, and just overall very, very believable. Great detective work by the Terminator fans. And again, like I say, we've got Grace in this film, and clearly they've got some form of hair dye in the future, which I find a hilarious concept. Of course it is. But there's very clearly, yeah, I mean, look, very dark hair there, blonde on top. So the fact that we've got this girl supposedly playing young Grace, and like I say, IMDb can be edited by anyone. So it's not the be-all and end-all, but it's very believable. Because if we shoot on back to the Terminator fans, they may have removed it, but it was in here. As we scroll through, Danny Ramos, look, it's just not available anymore. You can't watch it. The video is unavailable. The video is private. They've completely removed it. So they would have removed it for a reason. Now, it's interesting that the Adobe behind the scenes video is still up, because that looks to spoil the opening of the movie. But there you go. What do you think? Do you think this is the case? Do you buy into this or not? And again, I know some of this is, again, we look at it and we go, oh, it's tinfoil hat territory. It's just way out there and stuff like that. But it is shot for shot. I mean, look, it looks very much reminiscent of the nightmare scene in Terminator Judgment Day. So I thought I would actually pull up the Judgment Day nightmare scene. So again, don't take my word for it. Like, it's all here. Strolling across. Look at it. So here we go. Shot for shot. The same. And, you can see, look, playing away. Oh, yeah. Shot for shot. It's the bloody same, is it not? Is it not? So I firmly stand by this. I think this is probably the case. I think what we're going to see is a... I'm not saying that Grace is someone's child and she's going to see herself there or anything like that. Danny Ramos isn't going to see herself there or anything along those lines. But it's too coincidental to overlook. I firmly believe that this is a nightmare scene. They've taken everything else from... Not necessarily a nightmare scene, but, a scene a la Terminator 2 Judgment Day. It absolutely is. They've taken too much from every other movie. I mean, this is quite literally shot for shot the same. Now, I'm not saying there's going to be a big old nuclear explosion or anything like that around here, but I do think that this is young Grace. I think she's watching young Grace and saying, oh, again, I did say full spoilers, because I think Grace is going to die. And that's what the leaks say anyway. She's going to die. She's going to give off a power cell or something like that. So I would say that this is Danny Ramos, Natalia Reyes' character, watching over her and saying, yeah, thank you for your sacrifice. I hope you have a good life, sort of thing. Hopefully we've averted the dark fate, or I don't know, some crap like that. So what do you guys think? Let me know down below in the comment section. If you are new here, make sure you do hit subscribe. You can stay up to date on the world of pop culture, and movie news by hitting the bell notification icon. As always, if you like this video, please do give it a like and a share. And if you want to support the channel further, I've got Patreon link down below in the description box, along with merch underneath every single video. Space Jeebus is going to be removed very soon, so grab that t-shirt or hoodie or whatever whilst you can. Guys, thanks so much for watching. I'm Mr. H. Take care.